Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make a fabric doll with wooden joints, 25 centimeters tall. Let's get started. First, let me walk you through the materials you'll need. The doll pattern. Velvet plush fabric, a piece around 80 centimeters by 15 centimeters is more than enough. 2 12mm wood joints. 2 10mm wood joints. A water erasable or heat erasable pen. Stuffing. And needle and thread. I downloaded the doll pattern from Pinterest and printed it on A4 paper at a copy shop. I've put the download link in the video description, feel free to grab it. After printing the pattern, just cut the pieces out. This time I'm making a little girl doll, so I'm using the girl's body pattern and the regular rear shape. I also trimmed the hands and feet smaller because that's my preference, but if you like bigger hands and feet, just stick to the template. I'm using skin-colored velvet plush fabric for the doll. Make sure to cut the fabric following the direction of the fur from top to bottom. The doll will look nicer that way. First, I use a pen to trace the pattern pieces onto the fabric. I use a water erasable pen. Once you rinse it with water, the ink disappears completely. You can also use a heat erasable pen. The ink vanishes with heat. Just blow a hairdryer on it for a bit. I recommend the heat erasable one because it's more convenient. One more tip, after cutting the fabric, erase the ink right away before sewing. Don't be like me, I sewed first and cleaning it later was a pain. Here's a note: when tracing symmetrical pieces, remember to flip the pattern. For example, for the back of the head, trace one piece normally, then flip the pattern and trace the mirrored piece. Do the same for the arms, legs, and ears. After that, cut everything along the lines. In the end, you'll have the following pieces: 1 face, 2 back of head pieces, 1 chin, 4 ears, 2 body pieces, 4 upper arms, 4 forearms, 4 thighs, and 4 lower legs. Now let's move on to sewing. We'll start with the head. It's not difficult. First, sew the edges of the back of head pieces as shown in the video. Then sew the 2 pieces together. Place the right sides facing inward and sew along the outline. Watch the video carefully so you sew along the correct edges, don't mix them up. And that's the back of the head done. Great job! Next is the face. First, sew along the curved edges of the face piece. After that, attach the chin. Note that the chin has 2 curved edges. Use the more curved one to join with the face. And make sure it's centered so the face doesn't end up crooked. Done. Now for the ears. This part is easy. Place the 2 ear pieces together and sew, leaving a small opening to turn them inside out. At first I planned to attach the ears between the face and the back of the head before turning it, but I chickened out because I was afraid they'd be uneven, so we'll attach them later instead. For now, sew the front and back of the head together. Follow the video to place the pieces in the correct position. Sew from the top of the head down to the chin, leaving an opening to turn it right side out. I marked the chin area beforehand to avoid sewing it crooked. After sewing, turn it inside out and stuff it. When stuffing, make sure to fill it evenly and plump up the cheeks, it'll look cuter. Now attach the ears to the head. Stuff the fabric edges inward so only the clean ear shape remains. Position them on the sides of the head and hand sew them invisibly. Watch the video for reference. I'm nearsighted, so sometimes I pull things too close to my face and accidentally move out of frame. Sorry about that. I'll be more careful next time. Once the head is done, we're already halfway there. Now we just need to sew all the other pieces: body, upper arms, forearms, thighs, and legs, and stuff them. I recommend having tweezers on hand to help turn the fabric pieces, like I did in the video. For the body, insert a short wooden stick so the neck won't flop. You can simply cut a disposable chopstick to the right length. And here are all the finished stuffed parts. Now let's attach the head to the body. Use invisible stitches, as shown in the video, and be careful to keep everything aligned. Next, we'll sew the wooden joints for the arms and legs. For these, we'll use round wooden beads with holes. The leg joints are 12 mm. and the arm joints are 10 mm. Make sure the beads are centered so the joints don't end up crooked. And pull the thread tight to keep them secure. Sew the thighs onto the other side of the leg joints the same way. Repeat the same steps for both arms. You're doing amazing. Now just sew the arms and legs onto the body. Pull your stitches firmly so the limbs sit close to the body. For details, refer to the video. Now let's make the hair. First, sew the hair foundation like this. If you want thick curls like mine, use chunky yarn. If you prefer fine strands, use 1 mm cotton thread. Make sure to use thread that matches your yarn. Start sewing from the nape upward. I use a single thread so it won't show through, it looks cleaner that way. Sew 2 loops for each strand to secure it firmly so the yarn won't slip out. If you have multiple needles, using 2 at once, like I did, makes the process easier. Sew all the way up one side of the head, then the other. And that's the base done. Now we attach the actual hair strands. Start from the center line running from the nape to the top of the head. Adjust the hair length to your liking. Be extra careful, the higher up you go, the longer the strands should be. I measure by holding the yarn at the doll's waist and pulling it up to the sewing point to estimate the length. I recommend cutting the hair 1 to 2 centimeters longer than needed. You can trim it later, but you can't fix hair that's too short, you'll cry. Next, we stitch the strands of hair in a circle around the head. Done. Now let's make the bangs. Same sewing method. Measure and adjust the length as you prefer. Then trim neatly. As for sewing the eyes, I just trusted my instincts. So I don't really have proper instructions for you. I tried drawing the eyes before, but they didn't look good. There's also a felt eye method, but I feel it lacks expression. Closed eyes look more poetic, so I chose that. Once I discover a better technique, I'll share it with you. Now for my favorite part, makeup time. I use my own blush palette and makeup brushes. If you don't have any, you can search Doll Blush Powder, they sell brush sets too. Start with a lighter layer. Then build up color on areas you want to highlight. Like the cheeks. Someone asked me how to make a doll without wooden joints. I already have an idea but haven't tested it yet. Once it works, I'll upload a tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to support me. Thank you so much. Ta-ta! We've finished a cute little doll.